Okay. Well, turns out I did have some time. I was a bit mistaken, so yay! Sorry about that. I guess we'll just finish the rest of the myth tonight, and we'll go from there. Yay! More time. Okay. We have about 5 more portions of the story to do, I think. I would still remember those brief, dreamlike days long after they passed. In my memories are the silvery sea of sand, the luminous blue rain, the swirling snow, and the warmth from Zayne's palms and embrace. Ortama begins to flow again. People gather beneath the divine tower to thank the goddess for once again granting them shelter and hope. However, a vague sense of worry and unease still lingers in my heart. It spreads with every drop of blood that flows and diffuses into blurry nightmares.
Are you awake?
Oh, there you are. A ray of morning light shines on the divine tower. It draws a sharp line of light and shadow across the smooth tiles. Just want to make sure that people know I am doing the rest tonight. Groggy, I sit up in bed and watch Zayne dress himself. Oh, we're having one-on-one time, I guess. In an unhurried manner, he puts on his accessories.
You had nightmares last night and cried out in your sleep.
Is that so? I don't remember anything. Hi, Kayla. Were you watching a first part? I was streaming earlier and during the first part, but I have time to do the second part today. Well, tonight, I mean. I suppose I did have a dream. It's most likely a terrible one, which is why my subconscious doesn't want to remember it. What did I say?
I only heard you cry out, Niava. Then you gave me a good wallop.
A good wallop? Did I hit you in my sleep? Where did I hit you? Truly? Where did I hit you? Let me see.
Here.
On your head? I look intently for a long time before finding a barely visible streak of blood on his neck. I hit you so hard that I drew blood. It's better now. A few golden anzus land on the top of the pillars. They cast a golden glow. Dazed, I catch sight of Zayne smiling very faintly. Since returning from Ortama, our relationship has improved considerably. Whenever I wake up, I often see him. Yes, marriage counseling and therapy worked. Just gotta be thrown into a place together where they can't leave. It works every time in a romance novel.
You're afraid of something.
Losing you again, probably. I only knew you had the power to destroy, but I didn't know you also had the ability to interpret dreams.
I can tell simply by looking at your eyes. Special powers aren't necessary.
I clench my fist. The crap on my palm still exists. It hasn't disappeared, even though the river has begun to flow again. Is it possible the golden Anzu that turned into ash in the Anzu spire represents Niava? Should I ask Zayne directly? But then he'll be more aware of the fact that I accidentally entered the Angu spire. I chose my words carefully. Zayne, I remember you saying that your divine gaze can see those that are about to meet their end. So, what you see currently is Niava included?
Yes.
I see. I nod. For a moment, I can't think of anything else to say, so I can only respond with silence.
I thought you'd be furious.
I am the goddess who protects Niava. If I lose my composure, then Niava's future will fall further into a pit of hopelessness. Besides, didn't you say that you wouldn't let Niava be destroyed? Can I assume that... I smile and place both my hands on Zayne's shoulders. The end you see isn't necessarily set in stone?
I'll have to be more careful with my words when you're around. But you also understand that without an end, nothing new can arise.
I'm back!
This is the unshakable law that governs all realms. Do not even attempt to touch fate's forbidden territory.
I ended up having time. My husband, go back. So, I am back. We will finish tonight. That is interesting, though, because he is the master of fate later. So, it almost seems like he has that sort of... He is the god of annihilation, but it also seems like he's the god of new beginnings. Because he can see where things end and the way new life rises. He governs that. It's not all destruction, which is interesting. Such as the Vastrian. I sigh. My relationship with Zayne has improved so much of his late. I don't want to get into another argument with him again. I understand. I won't take any risks. I give him a hug before jumping down from the bed, just as I'm about to head outside.
Where are we going?
Oh, are you coming with me? My belt gets caught and I turn around. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll walk around and think about how to save Niava.
Come with me then.
He pauses, his fingers that rest on my waist falter before tightening their grip. Oh, you're holding me by my waist, huh? He clears his throat.
There's a gift I want to give to you.
Ooh. Gift? Zayne leads me through the city's alleyways. On the streets and by the riverbanks, there are busy, ecstatic humans everywhere. Zayne covers his eyes, and I wear a veil. At this moment, we're simply two lovers walking hand in hand amongst the crowd. Does that really protect your identity, though? To wear a little blindfold? What is this gift?
This is the third time you've asked this question.
And you still won't tell me the answer. I'm doing my best to restrain myself for the third time. I know, disguised. It's just like a little strip of cloth with his abs just covered and draped in golden chains. Like, that is so inconspicuous. Curiosity about the gift overshadows the slight unease in my heart, yet what I'm more interested in is... giving gifts isn't something you do. Where did you learn this from?
Many humans do this. It's not hard to learn.
While speaking, he walks to a wooden stall and lifts the grias cloth curtain that provides shade.
Is Sagria here?
High Priest? It's been a long time since I've seen you.
High Priest? Are you my High Priest? Are you secretly helping them worship me? Zayne, you big softy. Doing this on the sly, pretending you don't care. An elderly woman walks out of the wooden stall with trembling steps. And once she sees Zayne, her wrinkles are filled with happiness. He's such a tsundere.
I'm here to collect the honey and dates I requested before. This amulet is for you. Place it by your pillow. You won't have headaches anymore.
Oh my. You still remember that.
The elderly woman thanks him repeatedly. After accepting the amulet, she brings out a jar of golden honey. On seeing me beside Zayne, her smile widens to the point where her eyes are almost a thin line. Yeah, he kind of does. Is this his disguise voice?
You have a wife now. You two suit each other very well. Come, this bottle of mead is for you both. It's a wedding gift.
Even though we've been married years now. Okay, why am I in love with him? People calling me their wives. I mean, it just sounds so sweet. I know Raph is always my bride, but I haven't heard wife before. It's just, I love hearing say, oh, your wife, my wife. If they do that in Silas and Caleb's myth, I'm gonna choke. If they actually say it, like actually have a line where Silas or Caleb say, my wife. I will spontaneously combust. I know, Silas calling me my best. This is my bestie. No, your wife. A ceramic bottle is unceremoniously given to me. Yeah, MC did call Caleb her boyfriend, under great duress. But it was more of an implication. And it was more of a naughty implication, because I recorded Chasing Summer, and she's like, let's just say we'll just be meeting 110 from now on. A sturdy one. And oh, that's a much more naughty way of saying that. Although I'm stunned at first, I quickly get a mischievous idea. Thank you, but we haven't sought guidance at the Divine Tower yet. If the goddess doesn't approve, then we can't get married.
This is a wonderful thing, though. How could the goddess not approve?
Sagria. The dates?
Oh, yes, the dates.
After bidding farewell to Sagria, Zayne carries the heavy dates and honey. He also takes the mead from my hands. Why did you buy so many sweets? Oh, Zayne. You are Zayne no matter which timeline we are in. Gotta get your sweets. Honey and dates. Oh, that's golden.
They're for divination. We need to please the goddess.
I am the goddess, right? How can you be so certain that the goddess will like them?
We can find out.
Am I gonna be your treat? Are you gonna drizzle that honey on me and lick it off? I'm not opposed. He holds out a date in front of me.
In all of Niava, Sagria's pickled dates taste the best. Would you like to try one?
Full of anticipation, I eat the one from his hand. It's sweet enough to slay a goddess. Of course they're super sweet. Near the riverbank, Zayne knocks on the door of a mud house. An honest man greets us. Are you taking us on a date?
Wild herbs you asked me to pick are here. Will this suffice?
That's enough. Thank you.
You know what's interesting is that his outfit on his right shoulder has a type of flower on it that I'm sure has some type of symbolism. As Zayne examines the basket of unknown plants, I talk to the man named Sabir. What are these herbs used for?
I'm as clueless as you are. These suddenly appeared one day in the wheat field behind my house. I was gonna cut them down and throw them away, but the high priest passed by, saw them, and asked me to sell them to him instead. He also paid me to set aside a small plot of land. I was told to let the wild herbs grow there. Now he visits regularly to buy them.
If Zayne treats them as important, then could the herbs have special properties? I take a small piece and taste it. It's bitter, with unremarkable texture and unlike the plants humans might forage. Zayne turns toward me.
The herb is poisonous. Spit it out.
Well, then why do you have it? Yeah, see, right there. Right there. I don't know what those flowers are. I mean, I can obviously see the sun symbolism, and I see the skeleton symbolism on the marks on his hand, and he also has a bit of a snake. Like a snake eating itself, almost, with the circlet on its head. Yeah, maybe. But I don't remember jasmine flowers being that big, but maybe they sized them up. I don't know, he's got a lot of symbolism things all over his outfit. Yeah, Ouroboros. That's a snake eating itself. Annihilation. I know I don't have his outfit, so I'm just kind of analyzing it right now. And it's interesting that he has this big cuff around his neck, like a collar. And then he has the 2 feathers hanging off his chains. And then, let me see. I don't know, there's a lot of different things that you could kind of infer. Like, he's got some charms hanging off his belt, even. A lot of wing motifs. I don't know. Are you sure? Okay, that gives me a little better look. Yeah, see? See? If you look at his little charm right here, right around where there, you can see right in the middle there's these kind of wings curling up around itself, like around a staff. That's a biblical image of them holding snakes up on a stick, and whoever in the Jewish camp looked up upon it was healed by holy power. So he does have a holy, I mean, it's another snake thing, but he does heal her. But it also harms him to an extent. Which I wonder if that ties into his Ouroboros circlet. Huh. I don't know, there's a lot of interesting things to look at on his outfit. Okay, sorry! I was very interested in his outfit for some reason. My response is accompanied by my gaze. I'm the goddess, after all. How could a tiny plant possibly poison me? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the staff and the snakes and the healing and annihilation and destruction and him being held by divine authority, which has cursed him. Yeah. It's all very interesting and connected. But Zayne immediately reaches out and grips
Will
my
you
jaw.
do it yourself? Or do you need me to provide assistance?
Okay, Zayne. Handling me like that. I'll do it myself. Under Zayne's intimidating gaze, I can only spit out the herb and swallow almost a pot's worth of water to detoxify. We continue walking downstream along the riverbank. The clamorous voices fade to an extent, and smoke drifts from the tranquil villages. After Zayne exchanges a few words with the shepherd, we gain an ewe as a companion. Honey, dates, an ewe, this basket of wild herbs. None of them look like Zayne's gift. Resting in the shade, I use a bundle of fresh grass to distract the ewe and prevent it from eating the basket of poisonous herbs.
Eat.
Where did you conjure these wheat cakes from? And of course, the outfit is very distracting because it has the chains and the little metal belt that all directs my gaze right there. It is very distracting.
I ran into an acquaintance earlier and they gave them to me.
He spreads the honey he obtained on the wheat cakes and hands them to me along with a few figs. You know so many people. When you weren't at the Divine Tower, were you befriending every mortal you saw?
I wouldn't call it that. I merely had a few chance encounters and we became associates.
But you remembered all of their personal issues and tried to help them. Those humans are fond of you. You don't actually dislike Niava. The humans here don't annoy you either.
I never said I disliked Niava.
You never said you liked Niava. I gently punch him. You could have explained this to me earlier, yet you let me have misunderstandings about you for so long.
Yes, it's my fault.
Thank you. Good grief. Just give me some communication. Unable to tell if I'm more annoyed or amused, I poke the corner of his mouth. Remember, your mouth isn't just for eating or drinking, it's also for explaining. And kissing me. That too. And kissing me. Not just on my mouth, but other places.
I understand.
The ewe, having eaten her fill, settles drowsily by my feet and dozes off. I gently stroke the soft wool on her head. Yes, I am not ashamed to say these things, especially since he's supposed to be my husband. I have no shame in telling those things to my husband. Now, can you tell me why you stopped me from entering the Vastrian? You're also letting it erode Niava. Zayne looks away and his finger trails along a young, tender sapling beside him.
A tree's growth. From the moment it's planted to breaking through the soil, sprouting, growing branches and leaves, and finally taking root, watering, fertilizing, providing support, all must follow proper timing and the natural law. Once what you provide exceeds what it can bear,
With only the slightest infusion of golden light, the sapling snaps. The sound is painfully harsh. You're saying that taking action against the Vastrian will only accelerate Niava's destruction.
you could interpret my statement as such.
Then when will be the right time to eliminate it?
Not at the present moment.
After passing through another wheat field, Zayne finally brings me to our destination, a home that belongs to farmers. After unloading the items that you had been carrying, a weathered woman welcomes us into the house.
High Priest.
How has Nagan been these past few days?
That's interesting. If you look under his cuff, right here, it looks like he has bruises or something. It might just be shadows, but they look more like bruises than a dark shadow. That's strange, like right there along that area.
I followed your instructions. I carried him to the river each day to wash him and fumigated his room with torches.
And he's not in his injured outfit at all, so that looks like a bruise to me. Because right here, you can see kind of shadow, but this looks distinctly like purplish bruise sort of thing. I don't know.
He's been awake for longer periods, but the evil presence on his chest still hasn't disappeared.
You know what's funny is that he's still trying to be a doctor, even now. He gave her the amulet for her headache. He's trying to help this other guy who's apparently has an evil presence in his chest, and he's giving them instructions on how to heal that. You know, when I was talking about the staff with the snakes, for a second I totally forgot that he was a doctor because I was just thinking of this Zayne as the god of annihilation, but they are bringing the doctor elements into this myth, even though he's not specifically a doctor, he's a god. But he had the instinct and desire to be a doctor still. Interesting.
Let me examine him first. She is an envoy from the Divine Tower. She shall bestow the goddess's blessing upon your child.
I feel a gentle push at my back, realizing what's expected of me. A nod respectfully to the woman. She wipes away her tears and bows to me in return. See, that doesn't seem like a shadow because he's facing more towards the light and it's still there.
May the grace of the goddess descend upon this place.
Come with me.
A clay lamp burns inside the mud house. Its meager light revealing an unconscious child on the bed. Yeah, I don't know. It said that he seemed stronger than ever, but I wonder if wearing those cuffs is kind of like something that holds back his power, and maybe it always hurts him and cuts into him, restraining him, or maybe it's something where he wears them so that when he touches something, his annihilation power doesn't leak through, but it hurts him. Like suppression cuffs, almost. I don't know if that's true, but it does look like a bruise, so. Its meager light revealing an unconscious child on the bed. His face is contorted because of the pain, and his breathing is shallow yet labored. There's a fist-sized lump on his chest. I've never seen this kind of illness before. Unlike gods, humans fall ill in age. I've also listened to many people's voices praying for recovery at the Divine Tower. Priests distribute talismans and amulets for dispelling illness and plague. Other than that, humans can only pray and wait.
There's no fever, and the blood spots on his body have faded significantly.
I'm trying to look, but the stupid text box is in the way. I can't tell if there's a bruise there still. You stupid text box! I forget if I can get rid of that. Maybe if I take a picture, I can see it afterward. Oh.
We can expel the evil presence from his body today.
Have you examined this child many times before?
Yes.
Before entering, I noticed several rolls of linen in the corner of the courtyard. They're burial shrouds that were apparently prepared for this child. That's depressing. Do you plan to use your power to heal him?
I shall cure this child, but I won't use my power. This world already has methods to free him from his suffering.
Oh, so he is practicing medicine. Zayne hands me a bundle of poisonous herbs and a ceramic bowl. Oh, he's creating his own medicine.
Help me crush these herbs to extract their juice. After that, you can feed it to him.
But these herbs are poisonous, you said so.
If they can produce the correct effect, then they're no longer poisonous.
I feed the viscous juice to the child, then I turn to see Zayne taking out that jar of honey again.
After driving away the evil presence from his chest, we need to apply honey. What you'll need to do won't just be bestowing the blessings of the goddess.
Amidst the tearful prayers of the mother outside, Zayne heats a thin blade over the flame for a moment. Oh, are you gonna perform surgery?
Remember everything I do from this point forth.
Did he just give him an anesthetic? And then he applied honey, which has antibacterial properties. So kind of like an antiseptic, like betadine. And then he's cleaning a blade. Is he performing surgery? Okay, let me go back and look at that picture real quick. Okay, so I don't see a bruise in this. Maybe it is just a trick of the light or a shadow. Okay. Not what I want. That's interesting. There is no moon tonight, and the stars scattered across the night sky are like glimmers of light on a dark river's surface. I sit by the riverside to recall the events that unfolded in the room.
The toxins in the juice can temporarily numb his senses, so he won't be in too much pain.
Ah, so it is an anesthetic, I was right.
After removing the tumor and surrounding necrotic tissue, mix fine salt and honey. Apply the poultice here. This will help the wound heal.
See? Antiseptic. And it's a tumor. And necrotic tissue, so he's using terms like that. That's interesting.
Then use sheep's milk to detoxify him and nourish his body.
Zayne's voice was calm and quiet, his movements composed. With his care, the child's pained expression gradually disappeared.
He will survive.
That's interesting. He just gave me the bare minimum and I just jump a leap and start explaining things even though he started explaining things himself. Oops. Sorry, Zayne. Zayne's actions feel unfamiliar to me. In the depths of my heart, there's always been a faint tremor. It's as if something is about to break through the soil and emerge from the earth.
Clean his body every other day, but don't touch the wound. You can feed him more sheep's milk.
I love it, Curly. I didn't mean to steal Zayne's thunder. Sorry, Zayne. I didn't realize you would explain it. It was just my midwife and nurse training hopping in like, oh, this and this and this. Oh, this. I know all this medical stuff. Sorry, Zayne. My nurse training coming to bite me in the butt. Zayne gives it you to the grateful woman before walking toward me. I know, he's like, it's a gift. You're gonna go watch me perform surgery. Oh, awesome.
What are you thinking about?
I'm wondering why you brought me here today, and why you wanted me to see these things. I used to think that illness, like death, was unavoidable suffering. Everyone is born to endure it. It is his fault for being cryptic, man. However, it seems that's not the case.
Illness doesn't stem from fate's punishment. It comes from every grain of sand every breeze, every drop of water, every morsel of food we consume. Everything in this world could potentially become a source of disease.
Okay, so I don't see any bruises on his arms here either, so it might have just been the lighting.
So if you want to cure it, you must seek answers from this world.
I blink, unable to fully understand Zayne's words, but the trembling in my heart grows stronger. So I wonder, because she said that he's someone who wanders from world to world, he has access going to different realities, and he's staying in this reality for now. I wonder if he received doctor training in another reality. And that's why he knows all this stuff. Not because of necessarily being a god, but just having access to those other realities and learning it himself. Which is cool. I blink, unable to fully understand Zayne's words, but the trembling in my heart grows stronger. You missed that? I mean, it said at the beginning that he wasn't from this world and that he was visiting. And she's like, well, if you're here, you belong to me now. But he'd lived for longer before that. When you healed that child, you didn't use any divine power. That means healing can be accomplished by ordinary humans.
Your people possess wisdom. They will do even better.
Yeah, I guess he learned all this other stuff when he was in other realities. I wonder why he chose to stay in Niava. Was it because he was just simply curious and he hops from reality to reality, but she kept him here because she's like, hey, you're hot, marry me. You belong to me now. And he's like, shoot, I'm sold. He turns his palm over and the anger spire materializes in his hand. Yeah, he's a simple man. He says, I see pretty woman, and I am done for. I wonder if the anger spire, because she went inside it, and it had all those anger birds. I wonder if that's where he can go to different realities and timelines. It's interesting. Guided by his fingertips, a thin, golden, slender thread is slowly drawn out from within it.
Give me your hand.
Because he has all this power over fate, it seems, where he can see the beginning and the end of things. So I wonder if that's also where the golden threads are, and that's part of why he can control her with it. Is not just because they bound to themselves to each other by marriage, but because he can literally control fate itself, like the strings of fate from the fates in Greek mythology. And it also seems to be pulling a little bit from Greek mythology, not just Egyptian mythology, in that he goes to the depths of hell to try and find something from her, which is also part of a Greek myth. So I wonder if he's not just the god of annihilation, but he is the god of fate, just like Master of Fate he is later on. So he's literally controlling her, because he grabs the golden threads and he's able to use it to control her. He's literally grabbing the threads of fate themselves to control things. That's my theory anyways.
This is my gift to you.
The winding golden thread extends into my palm and touches that crack.
Your gift has a name. The Principles of Medicine.
When the golden thread intersects with the crack, a golden radiance spreads across
Tell
my
me.
vision.
What do you see?
Oh, and see, he gives me a golden thread. And that's literally fate itself. So he's showing me fate. I see a vast expanse of flames. The people of Niava have lit bonfires.
Listen carefully. Why are your people no longer cheering?
So he can read fate on the strings themselves, just like the fates in Greek mythology. And he knows the beginning and end. He weaves them, but he also has the power of annihilation. And because it's obviously such a fantastical power, that's what he's known most for. But he does so much more as a god. I can't hear their voices. Beside the bonfires lie countless people with agonized faces similar to that dying child's. They're convulsing, struggling, bleeding from their bodies. Black clouds buzz and writhe around them. They're pulling torches from the bonfires to chase after the black clouds. Then they set them ablaze. The crimson flames ignite the black clouds and they soar and shriek as they rush toward my divine tower. Oh, explosion! The falling sparks transform into flames that lick the hem of my dress. I stumble backward, and fall into the brace behind me. You think I'm on the money?
Don't be afraid.
It's just a theory, but it is an interesting one.
Look down at your feet.
I lower my head and see countless newborn green plants growing. They wrap themselves around the steps and cover the raging sea of fire. People harvest them, draw clean water, preserve the flames, and sterilize sharp blades with fire. They do it in the same way Zayne did.
All of this, everything you see, you can call it medicine. It's a tangible form of the principles of medicine. Knowledge meant to heal diseases and recover from plagues. From now on, your Niava will never again be driven to desperation by disease.
That it may be driven to desperation by something else. It's not long before an unprecedented plague arrives in Niava. I taught these principles of medicine to Samira in the form of a divine prophecy. Soon the suffering people lit fires, killed insects and flies, gathered unfamiliar plants they had never before recognized, and consumed their extracts. They begin to ask about how the blood in their bodies flow, why their hearts are able to beat, and how their bones support them. This is like, the myth of Prometheus, how humans were ignorant before Prometheus brought them a flame, the fire itself from the gods, and that is what allowed them to grow as humans and evolve into civilization as they knew it. But Prometheus was also punished. He was placed down in Hades himself, split open, and allowed to be fed on by Zeus's birds for all eternity. Hi, Ashley. So, I kind of wonder, Zayne is going against what he is as a god, his divine nature. He's doing everything he can to go against it, to go into hell itself, like we saw at the beginning, to give everything to her to help her people, even though it's going against what he's supposed to be doing as the god of fate. I am good. How are you, Ashley? And I just see a lot of parallels between that and a lot of Greek mythology more than Egyptian mythology. I wonder if, he brings this flame of knowledge, this fire itself, to the people, but then he's punished later on for it. And I wonder if that kind of feeds into why he's punished by Astra later. Because of what he does during this timeline, he goes against what he's supposed to do as the god of fate, of annihilation and beginnings, stalling all for the sake of love. And even though he's not necessarily strung out to let his intestines be eaten by the god's birds, it's the same kind of concept. That's interesting. The looming shadow of disease gradually fades from Niava. After that, Zayne gave me more gifts. Iron casting, metallurgy, water management, land reclamation, calendars, mathematics, all things he learned in alternate realities. And see, he is giving all of these things of knowledge, things that are of other realities, of gods, of things that they were not necessarily supposed to have before. And it is helping them avoid destruction, essentially. He's going to help her. And that's why he's punished. Interesting. Each gift ultimately made life more vibrant through my people's wisdom. The city-state grew stronger, and my Niava achieved a glorious prosperity that filled me with joy. The crack on my palm had also faded considerably. Oh. In the plaza before the Divine Tower, a massive statue of the goddess stands completed. The crowd bursts into enthusiastic cheers and cries of admiration.
We crafted her body from precious lapis lazuli and traced her features in gold. Please convey our most devout love to the goddess of Niava.
I have heard her response. She likes this gift.
May her majestic radiance and glory be everlasting, and may she grant Niava eternal prosperity and splendor.
Does no one recognize my features? If there's a giant statue of me and I'm here, do I just have everything covered? Samira and I stand amongst the elevated crowd. We smile at each other.
And may this statue, like your appearance, never be touched by the erosion of time.
Oh, she knows. You ain't slick. Samira seems to have already guessed my identity, yet she never says it outright. See, I knew it. I knew she could not notice. I pretend not to notice her assumptions. Samira, no one can escape time's gaze.
Then, I hope that in the days to come, your smile will remain just like it is today.
I touch my cheek beneath the veil, oh, she is wearing a veil, and subtly clear my throat to suppress my smile.
So, the man who troubled the goddess gave her his heart?
Why are you always thinking about matters of love as the ruler of a nation?
Love brings happiness and fills people with longing and fascination.
Who else does she play? I know this voice also does. She does a lot of voices in Love and Deep Space, but there's one I'm thinking of specifically. Can't think of it. One specific character she does.
That's what makes our goddess shine with joy.
Young Caleb, but I thought that the young Caleb voice was done by the Caleb voice actor himself. You know who this reminds me of? It reminds me of Kevy. The one from Homecoming Wings, Caleb's Myth. And he's like, that's just the way it is. The way the cadence is. The way the cadence is really reminds me of that. Baby Caleb? I'd have to go back and look. Under the bright, radiant sun, everyone is dancing and singing. Yeah, she has voiced a lot of NPCs. I'm ready to hear some more ones. There has been a good variety in this one, though, because there's been the old woman, the man with the field, the mother, the minstrel, and then the man who saved the minstrel. Those are all different ones, so this one has had a good amount of different NPCs at least. Urtama and Ingar flow endlessly, and the bountiful harvest will fill the spacious granaries. The city walls, made of lapis lazuli and glazed stone, become more magnificent, and the poet's melodious songs travel with ships to distant lands. I gaze toward the top of the Divine Tower, and I know Zayne is looking at Niava, at me. Ready to wave at him, I raise my arm. Oh. A sharp pain spreads from my palm and encompasses my entire body. An ominous premonition immediately wells up in my heart. I open my slightly trembling palm. The crack that had been troubling me turned into an open wound. Oop. Okay, this might seem a little silly, but if she got this wound on her right arm, she has trouble with her heart, and Zayne got her the Creatio Protocor to go into her to help her with this. But what's interesting is that heart problems and heart attacks specifically is something where you feel the numbness or the pain shooting down your right arm, with heart problems specifically. So that is interesting if they did make that on purpose. Okay, 3 more. While cheers surge like a tide in the plaza, the Anger Spire, deep within the Divine Tower, emanates several streaks of light. You see, the bruise is gone. It's not the same as it was before. Zayne holds a fractured Protocor. The monster that had been entrenched at Urtama dropped it. At the same time, he followed the Anger Spire's divine guidance and traveled to Urtama's source to destroy the magical array he had once created there. Unexpectedly, the array originally meant to separate 2 realms had transformed into a massive monster after accumulating energy for countless years. Oh, so there's another realm? So the array turned into a monster, and the other realm that it's supposed to be separating us from, is that what we saw inside the Protocor? And they're bleeding into each other?
If I don't destroy the remaining magical arrays, she and Niava will face an even greater disaster.
But that would be the herald of an even swifter farewell.
Why are you sad? Before everything was created, the ending had already been written. For her, its early arrival should be a better fate.
See? Fate again. That's interesting. Are you trying to say that you're trying to spare me an even worse fate by bringing it about quicker? I don't know. I kind of feel like I want all the time with you that I can get. The golden Anzu softly calls out as it flies away from Zayne's finger. It once again disappears into the Anger Spire's rotating ring of light. I hurry back to the Divine Tower as a stinging pain in my palm announces a cruel fact. The gifts that Zayne gave to me, which were actually facets of a civilization, did not change Niava's path toward destruction, but... Besides, didn't you say that you wouldn't let Niava be destroyed? Can I assume that the end you see isn't necessarily set in stone?
I'll have to be more careful with my words when you're around.
Zayne wouldn't make empty promises. He gave those gifts to me because he has a plan. Zayne, what do you intend to do? My intuition tells me Zayne won't say anything, so where will I find the answer to this mystery? The golden Anzu's call passes overhead. Following its shadow, I spot the Anger Spire in the distance. I enter the Anger Spire. The mark on my palm appeared after I accidentally entered it. If I enter the Anger Spire again, will I discover something new? I fail to enter the Anger Spire. An invisible barrier blocks my path, and the runes that appear on it bear the same pattern as Zayne's golden ornament. Perhaps I need to obtain the key that opens it from Zayne. Oh, he has the flowers on his back, too. That's interesting. If you see here, it's got a belt. It's more like an ornament that holds up the little bit of shawl. I wrap my arms around Zayne's shoulder and see him holding a reed pen. He's drawing on a wet clay tablet. The outline looks somewhat familiar. It reminds me of the new statue the humans carved for me.
I'm drawing you.
He looks at my eyes and eyebrows before adding 2 more lines.
The statue is grand and beautiful, but the face is too rigid. It's lacking a certain charm.
His gaze flits between my face and the clay tablet.
Now I can say it's 70 to 80% accurate.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Because I see a lot of Greek mythology influence, but also Egyptian too, in the way that everything is set up. I can be so mean, you're unskilled. It does look like me.
Niava's denizens have never seen your real face, but someone ought to remember your appearance. However, what they should recall with even greater clarity is everything you've done for them.
My appearance isn't important. Humans remembering what the statue looks like is enough. What did they make the statue look like then? Zayne smiles faintly and carefully sets the clay tablet aside.
So this will only belong to me.
I look at his chest where one pendant stands out conspicuously amongst the golden ornaments. It's the same as the runic pattern on that barrier of the Anger Spire. If I get it, I'll be able to enter. I feel slightly guilty, but I must know what Zayne plans to do. See, Zayne? This is what happens when you don't tell people things. They just try to find out themselves. Otherwise, I'm afraid there will be consequences I can never undo in the future. Zayne, there's a full moon tonight. Shall we go outside and look at it?
All right.
The moonlight is hazy. Far away, the sounds of singing and dancing from the city can still be heard, but they quickly fade into the night wind and soft chirping of insects. On the terrace of the Divine Tower, I arrange the food I bought from the market on a table and sit down next to Zayne on the rattan bed. Try some. I requested these honey sweets be made according to your preferences. Of course we got sweets for him. We'll feed him.
Cinnamon, pine nuts, and cashews. Although it's delicious, it's a little bland.
That's impossible. I watched them make these myself. They added this much honey.
It's very bland.
Not sweet enough for you. That's funny. I watch Zayne skeptically as he eats 2 more pieces with the same unfazed expression. I think for a moment before tentatively leaning in to give him a kiss. Is this sweet enough for you, Zayne? You're lying. It's so sweet. I scramble to find water, but he catches me with one arm and pulls me back. I know, he will just eat spoonfuls of honey and be happy.
Aren't we admiring the moon? The
But I was
water
admiring
is over
you.
here.
Once I drink it, he continues to hold my hand and allows me to rest against his chest as we appreciate the moon. The pendant is right before my eyes, its radiance so bright that it almost hurts to look at. A long time passes, then I finally take a deep breath and make up my mind. Dude, these options! I mean, either way, he's gonna be horny. Zayne does not have the greatest alcohol tolerance, and he kind of gets crazy when he's intoxicated. Or I could seduce him, and he's still gonna... Okay, but I'm curious about what she's gonna do to seduce him. Man. Zayne?
Hmm?
The moonlight is beautiful. Wouldn't it be a bit of a waste if we didn't do something? He's caught off guard, his gaze drifting to the places my clothing can see. Zayne.
Your body is.
Yeah. My body is ready. Does it only have to be when my body is on the verge of collapse? Mm-hmm. My man has a will of steel. They only do it when she's injured?
We're outside.
The Divine Tower in its entirety is mine. And you also belong to me. Does it matter? Why do I have to be doing this for nefarious purposes? Why can't this just be totally innocent? To keep him from finding more excuses, I put a sweet in my mouth, wrapped my arms around his neck, and leaned down. Oh my. Oh. Okay. Look at him panting. Oh god. A sweet easily stirs up feelings of pleasure, but when savored more carefully, it becomes far more intoxicating. In the narrow space between our mingled breaths, Zayne slightly turns his head away to avoid my eager pursuit. The kiss that misses his mark lands on the corner of his lips. It draws out deeper, lingering breaths.
Is this a gift for me, or a new punishment?
I mean, it could be both, Zayne. It can be both. I lower my head and rest my cheek against Zayne's shoulder. My lips touch the spot where his heartbeat pulsates against his neck. With every syllable, I can feel his skin become damp beneath my breath. How'd you know I'd say that? I mean, it can be both. Can't deny that. Do you want me to stop?
I should not. But my heart doesn't want to.
Why would we ever want to stop? His arms that are wrapped around my waist tighten. Silent waves surge and churn in his eyes. They scatter with the fine golden flecks from the candlelight. You are both kind of girly. I mean, Caleb is my main, so yes, I cannot deny that. Kiss him. Oh dear. Why do they always gotta breathe so heavily? Not my name. My name, held between his teeth, melts faster than the sweet on our lips and tongues. Oh boy. Oh man. After helping Zayne settle into a comfortable position, I carefully removed the pendant and approached the anger spire. Oh boy, we tired him out. We tired him out. It operates silently. I look up at it, but I hesitate because I realize I'm about to see a truth. Perhaps I'm overthinking this. I shouldn't have deceived Zayne. No, I must know Zayne's true purpose. Even if the consequences are terrible, I'm willing to bear them. Oh, girl, you have no idea. I just got chills. When the pendant touches those runes, golden flames spread out from the anger spire and envelop me. My vision blurs. My consciousness falls before this golden light, and the cracks of the world open before my eyes. This is gonna be depressing. Golden Anzus carrying breads in their beaks fly past me. Each flap of their wings shakes off golden dust. These particles gather at my feet and spread out in countless rivers in the blink of an eye. Nope. Fate. Everything appears to be the same as last time, yet there are subtle differences. If the anger spire contains all the worlds in the universe, then each river leads to a different world. Yep, see, there we go. Yep, each river leads to a different world, and that's its fate. That's the lives and the fate of that world. So he does use it as his transportation, his way to travel different worlds. But I'm not sure which river I should step into. I look at the wound on my palm. I hesitate for a moment before cutting it. As fresh blood seeps out, one of the golden Anzus turns towards me. The river it guides also pauses for a few moments. It's that one. It's interesting that they bring rivers into this so much, because rivers are also very important in Egyptian mythology, for one, but also in Greek mythology. In the Nile River, there are so many myths about the gods happening in that river, where Set murders Osiris and spreads the piece of his body in the Nile, and his wife puts him back together again. He becomes the god of the dead. Which is interesting because that's a whole thing here about being god of the dead. But also, in Greek mythology, there's the river Styx and the river Lethe. But yeah, specifically in the Nile River in Egyptian mythology, that's a very big thing. A lot of very important myths about the Egyptian gods happen there. I wonder if they're trying to draw some parallels between Osiris and his wife. Howling winds carry an aura heavier than death itself. It pierces my body while hollow reverberations echo endlessly through the boundless darkness. Between jagged mountain ridges, a massive stone gate blocks the winding gravel path before me. And because Osiris also rules the land of the dead, hell, essentially. The good and bad. Just thinking about it more. A figure clad in gray robes materializes before me. After circling for a moment, the golden Anzu lands on his shoulder.
Deity who has trespassed into Everlost, listen to the Gatekeeper's counsel. Your footsteps can go no further.
I seek whatever lies behind this stone gate. Please don't block my path. He looks at the pendant I have. Its light now dim. Let me bring up.
You're not the first deity to set foot here, but Everlost shows no mercy to visitors.
Are you referring to the owner of this pendant?
His divine miracles once shook this realm.
Oh, you know, this makes more sense. I was right. I'm looking at Osiris's information right now. He was a judge and lord of the dead, and Osiris rose from the dead. They would reunite him and inherit eternal life. Through the hope of new life after death, Osiris began to be associated with cycles in nature, with the flooding of the river and then the sprouting of vegetation. So the cycle, like Zayne is saying about annihilation, brings about new life, and it's the cycle of that. That is very interesting. So they are kind of referencing that, because that is what he is known for, the god of the dead, but he also was associated with cycles in nature, bringing about the end, but also bringing new life. And he was a judge. Very interesting. I was right about that. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't spouting off nonsense. Zayne has been here. Yeah, his divine miracles once shook this realm.
His power has grown weak, and that supreme god is about to meet his end.
I won't say anything else till we get to the end, because I kind of know what happens at the end, but let's see. Hold on. Unable to tell if my thoughts are frozen from shock or from the cold, I hear my own stiff voice. What brought that god here?
Beyond the 7 gates, a stone was nestled in the Netherworld's bosom. The Creatio Stone. It could create life and resurrect the dead.
Me. That is interesting.
It rested in an eternal slumber until that god took it.
Creating life, resurrecting the dead. What did he do with the Creatio Stone? As soon as the question leaves my lips, a truth vaguely reveals itself in my heart.
Only a divine soul of a certain weight can resonate with it. Goddess, who bears the aura of the Creatio Stone, have you already forgotten the eternal realm's bone-chilling cold and darkness? That is where the dead slumber.
When those words fall, my heart stops for a moment. The cold that sweeps across eons drags my soul back to blurry yet vivid bloody memories. The pain one could feel in their bones at death's doorstep, the suffocating darkness. I can't remember anything else. It's fine. There's no reason to be afraid of a death that's long since passed. I steady my breathing only to realize something. Zayne. He knows how I died. That's why he resurrected me. It seems our fates were already entwined long before our first meeting in Niava. What price did he pay? The Creatio is precious. When he took it, he must have paid an equivalent price. I could almost see the heavy stone gate slowly open. The familiar figure enters without any hesitation. Zayne, what price did he pay to resurrect me? What did he lose? The gray figure's sighs are like the murmurs in one's sleep, a lament sung for those who never return.
Goddess who has been resurrected, if you dare to endure the gaze of each stone gate and withstand the erosion of darkness.
You know, this is very interesting because he's asking us to go on this journey through the land of the dead, and that reminds me of the Duat, which is a path that a soul must travel to enter the afterlife in Egyptian mythology. And it's not 7, it's 12, but you must go through 12 gates through perilous times and dangers and monsters and fights, and you are given a book of spells to help you get through that in order to get to the afterlife, to be judged on if you are worthy or not. And that is very interesting. Seems like they are pulling some from Greek mythology, but from Egyptian mythology now too. I see it now.
I can let you witness it with your own eyes. The past that has long been obliterated.
I'm willing. The weakened golden Anzu screeches and lunges at me, a sharp feather heads straight for my eyes. The pain is more unbearable than death itself. I dig my nails into my palms and barely manage to keep myself from closing my eyes. While I'm in a daze, that golden Anzu seemingly carries me through the mist-dark barriers. It soars to those looming layered stone gates. White bones dance wildly, rivers of blood boil, and thorns leave crisscross bloody marks on a body stripped of power. I see that his figure silently passes through one massive stone gate after another. Only a single golden Anzu is by his side. Warm blood splashes onto colorful flowers that rest on the countless bone fragments beneath his feet. It's quickly absorbed. Countless greedy whispers echo around his ears. They wait for the moment he falls so that they can devour him. Zayne.
You shouldn't have followed me here. My power is about to be consumed by Everlost. Leave, before you're also devoured.
Don't go any further. It's as if my spirit possesses the bird by his side. The words I speak transform to shrill bird cries, and I'm able to stop him. I know. Zayne looks at the void. Not far off, a brilliant yet ice-cold lapis lazuli sits on one end of a scale forged in gold. It weighs the scale down while an empty pan on the other side awaits.
That's the Creatio Stone.
He steps forward, his slightly trembling fingers reverently caressing it. Once again, eerie whispers arise. The voices don't belong to a single soul, yet they're seemingly an echo of every spirit between heaven and hell. Okay, scales? That is also a thing in Egyptian mythology. After they go through all of the gates of the Duat, at the end of it, there is scales where your heart, your soul, is weighed against the feather of truth to find out if you were worthy in life of going into the afterlife and being reborn through Osiris. And if not, your soul, your heart, is fed to Amut. She is a monster who eats the souls of the damned. That's very interesting. But they have the scale here at the end of a journey through the gates in the underworld, just like the Duat. They are taking very heavy inspiration. And he is Osiris, the judge.
The Pradio stone is extraordinarily heavy. Look, that god no longer has any bargaining chips left.
His glory and authority have been stripped away by the Seven Gates, and his divine power was spilled along the path he took to get here.
Give up! Give up already! Let us consume the remains of your flesh and blood!
His remaining power coalesces in his hand. He places this faint glimmer on the other side of the scale, yet the beam doesn't budge.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Nothing is more precious than the Creatio Stone.
In his palm, a mass of fresh blood swirls like crimson mist to become another weight on the scale. The golden beam tilts ever so slightly before returning to its original position. It's enough, Zayne. My words can only become the Anzu's mournful cries. Then his hand moves to his own heart. Oh, he puts his own heart on the scale! Oh. Just like... yeah, he's weighing his own heart against it. Radiant light illuminates the vast netherworld. When the heaviest object from his body falls from the pan, the balance tilts.
I shall exchange this for the Creatio Stone. I will give her a new life and a place to rest.
A translucent gem falls into Zayne's hands as he struggles to take out another equally brilliant crystal formed from fresh blood. The crystal slowly melts into warm divine blood and drips onto the gem, whose color is like lapis lazuli. A long time passes and the first heartbeat emerges.
Death shall no longer be our destiny this time.
Oof. Man, I am just seeing... I'm sorry for going off on all these tangents, but I have been obsessed with Egyptian mythology since I was 5 and watching documentaries about the Egyptian afterlife and mythology and whatnot. Obsessed with it when I was a kid. Still am. Oh, Zayne. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm just thinking all about this. I'm like, wow. It's crazy. I feel like I spent a lifetime in the Anger Spire. But when I return to the Divine Tower, the moon hasn't even moved westward. Carefully placing the pendant back, I can't help but gently smooth his slightly furrowed brow. So is that why? He says, you know, I feel those emotions, but he doesn't show them very much. And he's also very secretive and holds everything close to him because he doesn't have his heart anymore, so everything is more muted for him. Interesting. He gave everything he could to secure a future where I could survive, to construct a world where I could find shelter. Now this world is in danger, and I will perish along with it. I don't know. Because it reminds me, like, in the Ice Queen, when the Ice Queen puts a shard of her ice into the young girl's heart, her heart is hardened, and she can no longer feel those emotions anymore. And it takes... Or no, it was the boy. It was the boy who got a shard of the Ice Queen's ice in his heart, and he's hardened his heart against his girlfriend that he left, that the Ice Queen took him because she wanted him. And it's the girl crying and kissing over him that melts his heart and lets him feel again. And that's where I'm thinking about, is the Ice Queen, and then him losing his heart. Lets him feel muted or no emotions, really. I don't know. Now this world is in danger, and I will perish along with it. I am certain he shall pay another devastating price to save me. I used to be sad before. It seemed like you didn't care about me and wanted to do everything that could make me angry. But now, Zayne, I regret it. Those words aren't spoken aloud. I rest my head over where his heart is. I would prefer it if you never liked me. Honey! Oh yeah, you can see the little snakehead. The little snakehead's right there. Honey, you pushed and pushed for him to marry you. You pushed and pushed him until he gave in. I'll stop you this time. I will face my fate, Niava's fate on my own. However, the anger spire didn't exactly tell me what Zayne plans to do. I racked my brain for many days and secretly made preparations to the best of my ability. Although I wish Zayne was more straightforward and told me everything, he never gave me the answer I wanted, no matter how much I tried to probe indirectly. So when Zayne suddenly invited me to go to the Vastrian, that day has arrived. A premonition of separation and indescribable melancholy welled up in my heart, but I put on a carefree smile. All right, let's go. Oh dear. I've been seen it countless times before. The Vastrian is always the same as it's always been. Dust and sand fill the sky, and black mist enshrouds everything. Yet Zayne stands by my side and fights alongside me to eliminate monster after monster. When I asked you before, you said the Vastrian couldn't be destroyed yet. Is today that time? Yeah, Astria. That is in the name. That's interesting.
When you fought the monsters here before, they'd always come back, yes?
Correct, but they're dissipating now.
It's because their protocores have exhausted the last of their energy.
I take the crystal from Zayne's hand. He said the protocores are these monsters' hearts. Oop, I missed that. Even though it looks as brilliant as a gemstone, it brings disaster.
Isn't merely a harbinger of catastrophe. Its true potential lies beyond that. But for now, Niava in its current state cannot utilize its true purpose.
Ah! I'm close! No! Must I wait for another time? He doesn't answer me again. Okay, I gotta get through this fast. I take a deep breath and channel the small flame of frustration rising in my heart into my sword. I slash the next monster. The time spent in these fierce battles is fleeting yet extraordinarily long. The last monster is annihilated. In the blink of an eye, the black mist and thorns vanish. The corrupted land that once brought countless disasters to Niava is seemingly swallowed up by an invisible vortex. I should feel a sense of relief, yet the heavy feeling in my heart hasn't lessened in the slightest. The ground violently shakes and our surroundings ripple with invisible waves. They grow larger and larger until the first crack appears at their center. What is this?
The Vestrayan has vanished.
Vestrayan.
Perhaps this fissure can be
Astray.
considered a wound left after removing a malignant growth.
He stops before it and turns to look at me.
Let's go.
The evening... The evening stirs up a gentle, harmonious rustle against the trees. A stream flows past undulating rocks and stones. This is the valley where we first met. But it was eroded by the Vestrayan centuries ago. It became a desert with yellow sand. Is this a dream?
No.
Zayne holds my hand as we disturb the babbling water. It's cool and I can feel every strand of water flowing through my fingers.
I remember you saying you wanted to claim me as your own when you first saw me.
Yeah.
And you planned to take me back to the Divine Tower.
You drew your bow and knocked an arrow, and the projectile penetrated the mountain. I had never seen someone so powerful and handsome before. Of course I couldn't let you escape. Uh-huh. Looking back now, that day was a first meeting for me, but for Zayne, it was a reunion he waited a long time before. When you saw me back then, what were you thinking?
I thought I was very fortunate. The first person I encountered in this world was you.
You knew me before then. Was seeing a beautiful goddess fall from the sky an unforgettable experience?
That beautiful goddess was preoccupied with gawking at me. She then proceeded to slip on a stone and fall. Indeed, it was truly unforgettable.
I was gawking at you? Excuse me. As if we were going for an ordinary stroll, he leads me through grove after grove of tree shadows. They sway with starlight.
We are in the depths of the Vestrayan.
If we go through here, will we ever find ourselves?
Do you want to know?
I don't. I stop in my tracks and tightly grip his hand. If we reach the end of this world, he might leave me. I want to stay here. I don't want to go anywhere. Sir, I want to claim you. Yes, yes, please.
Then let's stay. I also don't want to go anywhere.
I won't let you leave. The passage of time becomes insignificant. If we desire to see the sun rise in the sky, daytime descends. If one wished to see the stars, the sky would become a black expanse covered in specks of light. There are mountains and rivers, lakes and streams, green meadows, flowers, plants and trees, and even houses. This place is like a small world created by a nameless deity. It was made for me and Zayne, and we're the only two living beings here. Zayne and I have never been apart for every moment we've spent in this space. Even a deity in this world unknown to anyone would willingly become an ordinary person driven by love. I'm still trying to use every possible method in our brief time to hold on to Zayne. I attempt to glean any hint or clue from his words. But he continues to look at me with his calm, gentle gaze. He doesn't say anything. This is for you. I place a clay figurine made from river mud in front of Zayne.
So that's why you were digging up mud by the river for several days.
He takes the figurine and examines it carefully.
Is this me?
It resembles you, know. This is the most handsome one amongst all the clay figures.
I thought you would make a pair.
I actually did try to do that, but I kept breaking. Oh man. If that isn't foreshadowing. I remember how you used to heal my wounds. You're more likely to succeed in making a pair compared to me.
Didn't you say I'm not good at creating things?
But you're still constantly trying to fix everything. Whether it's me or Niava. Zayne, this world keeps improving because of the gifts you've given me. It has absorbed the nourishment from these facets of civilization.
You're the one who made it a wonderful place.
No, but you helped.
This world will no longer need Zayne.
I need you. I need Zayne. Our surroundings are quiet for a moment.
Did our time here make you happy?
Zayne. If it were possible, I'd wish everything was like this for all of eternity.
If it were possible, would you be willing to stay here for all of eternity?
I nod, then I shake my head. We both have things we must do. You're going to leave. Am I mistaken?
Your Niava is akin to a plump seed that has already stored enough nutrients.
Zayne avoids my gaze as a phantasmal seed appears in his palm.
However, now is not the time to plant it. In a place that's infinitesimally far from this world, there are errors I must erase.
He closes his palm and he opens again. Golden light has gently enveloped the seed.
The proper soil shall only appear when those errors are gone. Only then will this seed break through the soil, sprout, and grow. The time you spend in Niava will seemingly last an eternity. You'll be happy.
Oh. Those distant grand stories leave his lips as if they were a single leaf gently falling. Yet the weight they have in my heart is heavier than the mountains. Oof, come on. So that's what you need to do. I sweep away the phantasmal seed and force my voice to remain steadfast. You'll protect Niava and me so nothing can get through, and you'll face the dangers and death yourself, is that it? Why would you think I could accept your sacrifice and devotion with a clear conscience?
I'm sorry. But even if it is selfish, I shall always make the same choice.
These men, always sacrificing themselves for me. He presses down on my hand. As golden light flickers, an object emerges from beneath our overlapping palms. The Destiny Stone. Panic floods my heart. I struggle desperately to break free, but my body won't move. Zayne, if you erase your name from the Destiny Stone, you'll disappear forever and never be able to return to Niava. Familiar golden light pours out from between our intertwined fingers, and the power within my body surges. Boy, you better not be divorcing me. Are you kidding me? On the black stone tablet surrounded by golden radiance, Zayne's name is being erased bit by bit. You promised to carve your name. You are the one who wanted me to stay by your side forever. He looks at me carefully. His focused gaze makes me feel as if he wants to etch my appearance into his memories before fading away. What is with these men just sacrificing themselves and leaving me? Are you... This man. Caleb did it in his myths. And Silas. And Raph was just gonna live, however.
From now on, this world no longer needs me.
Why can't we just not sacrifice each other? Why can't we just not live happily? Why can't we just live out the song? I'd let the world burn for you. I rush back to the Divine Tower using the shortest amount of time. Unsurprisingly, the anger spire has disappeared with its master. Yeah, Raph was gonna die too, and she sacrificed himself too. I'm just like, My footsteps echo through the vast hall, yet when I realize I'm only one in this tower, an enormous emptiness engulfs me. It's like Zayne had never existed. It shouldn't be like this. It can't be like this. I catch a glimpse outside. I stop and look at it in disbelief. It's snowing. Scattered frost and snowfall drift down from the sky.
Your Niava doesn't have snow.
It must be Zayne. He's going to protect Niava. I must find him right now. Okay. Though I don't know how much battery my thing has, but before I do the last chapter, I'm going to quickly take this off, and I'll talk a bit, but I'll let my iPad charge for a bit. I almost stumble as I run behind the altar and turn the mechanism hidden beneath the floor tiles. In the small room beneath the altar, the golden Anzu that once carried me through Everlost is huddled in the nest I built for it. My apologies, I kept you confined for so long. This is one of the preparations I've made in advance. Once Zayne leaves, I will never be able to track him down again. I contemplate my next move. I can only rely on the Anger Spire. The Golden Anzu can't exist without the Anger Spire, which means it shall fly to it no matter what. And that's where Zayne is. I cradle the Golden Anzu, cut my fingertip, and let the blood splash on its sharp beak. Take me to Zayne. Okay. Let me quickly take this off, because we just have one more chapter. Ooh, 2%. I am cutting it close. Okay. So I have a lot of theories, but I want to wait until I watch the very last chapter before I start talking about them because, I mean, yeah, 2%. I was really close. It's cutting it close. Yeah. She had the Anzu hostage, and she's like, yeah, we were there for eternity. Who knows how long they were there? They could have been living it out for like 100 years, just being a married couple. And she kept that poor bird imprisoned under a stone for who knows how long. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of, if you've ever seen Doctor Who, you know River Song, and the doctor, she says, you know, you take me to the singing Darmillion Towers. And he takes her, and it's their last night. But a night on Darillium lasts, what, 12 years? So they have all night, aka 12 years together, and they keep going on adventures during that time, stretching out their time. So they live out an entire lifetime together and finally have their marriage lived out in that small, timeless kind of area. That's kind of what it reminded me of. I don't know if anybody's seen Doctor Who here and seen that, but it reminded me of that just a little bit. Because after that, I mean, when he first met River Song, she dies and sacrifices herself for him. Because it's a time travel show, obviously. And she hints to them having a much bigger relationship, and she talks about him taking her to the singing Darillium Towers. And she knew that that would be the last time she saw him, as he was then. And yeah, that is another sacrifice thing where she sacrifices herself for him because he's initially going to do it himself, but she knocks him out and does it herself. Ugh. Man. Why do they have to sacrifice themselves for each other? It's very, very frustrating. And it makes me scared for Silas and Caleb's myth. I mean, I am excited to see the myths, but I'm also probably going to cry. And to see Silas crying over our dead body, I mean, I don't think we've ever seen him cry. I am going to probably cry along with him. I'm not ready for that. And I'm not ready to watch Caleb cry over us either. Caleb's gonna break my heart, obviously. I don't know. Caleb and Silas are gonna hit me the most. I mean, I love Zayne. I love Zayne a lot. But he's not as close to my heart as Caleb is or Silas, but it's just like, oh, Caleb watching us sacrifice us for him. Oh. And I saw that in the trailer for this. Zayne crying and his little "don't leave me" and his tear falling down his cheek. I'm just like, no. Silas, Caleb, no. And they're gonna look beautiful in their beautiful outfits and their long hair, and they're gonna be gorgeous, but I won't be able to appreciate it as much because they're gonna be bawling over our dead bodies. Just why? Infold, I'm gonna need some really good happy cards to get over this. And I need Caleb's spicy card, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Ugh. He sounds so broken when he says, "Don't leave me." And the little tear, I'm just, ugh. And the memes that people are making about that, about Zayne never getting over the Elsa accusations, because she freezes like Anna. Okay, I'm hoping if I charge it to 10% we'll be okay. We'll see. I know. Lynn is so certain that we're gonna be getting spice in the autumn multi-banner, and she was saying in our voice chats, "I am certain this time. I am so certain of it. It's gonna happen." And then I teased her and said, "Lynn, honey, you were really certain about the summer banner, and you made a whole video about how the summer banner has to be spicy, that it's gonna be spicy, and then it ended up not being. And you had a big crash out over it." Let's not get our hopes up this time. Okay, I think it's charged up enough. Let's see. It said 10%. I know. But the thing is that Silas got a spicy card before the anniversary banner. He was part of Misty Invasion, and that was released around fall time. And then they had Nightly Rendezvous around the anniversary banner. So, it's not impossible for them to do a more mild spicy one around autumn time to kind of get everything worked up, and then have a really spicy one at the anniversary banner. That is a big possibility. You never know. I'm not gonna hold to it. I know, I want spicy too. Especially with all of the edging they're giving us with Caleb. Oh my word. Chasing summer, them in the tent, and them tumbling out together, and oh my goodness. That was, yeah. Okay. Let's get ready for pain. I know. I am so ready for Caleb's spice. Okay. Let me see. I probably need this one. 2. That's the one I need. Because I'm gonna need this. Golden Anzus are born from Zayne's power. Regardless of his current location, every bird can sense his presence. The bird I brought back from the Angerspire staggers before flapping its wings. It flies towards the depths of the tower. Oh, do you like it? I have little emotional sprites instead of just my basic one. This one is my crying face. It seems Zayne is still in the Divine Tower. When my foot touches emptiness, the sensation of weightlessness follows. That's interesting. I am prepared. I have another one where I'm angry and another one where I'm thirsty. But this one feels appropriate. Golden Anzus weave and dance before my eyes. The sight doesn't surprise me, but there's no river paved with golden dust this time. The rapid descent doesn't cease. Golden threads from the birds' mouths crisscross, interweave, and extend in fragmented images.
My snow won't melt. Promise me you won't cry anymore.
Honey, I'm not letting you do this.
Follow the jasmine's fragrance.
Ah, jasmine. These scenes without order or causality spread out before me. Piece by piece they form the faces of me and Zayne. In the depths of my soul, a corner that was never touched has already loosened.
Now they shall never wilt. To save him from darkness. To
He's
be his
immobilized.
sanctuary amidst rime and gale.
Stay away
We'll
from
meet
me.
again when dawn greets the world once more.
He's immobilized by black ice crystals. See, I haven't seen Foreseer. I don't have all the myth yet. He's holding an umbrella beside an ancient tree. He's in a field of white flowers. He's in an endless expanse of thorns. He's under a green aurora. He's in front of a gravestone in the cemetery. That's main story, isn't it? These fragmented images flash rapidly before my eyes. Each one comes to abrupt halt at yet another farewell. Yeah, I recognize that instantly. The golden Anzus bound to these broken scenes let out shrill cries of sorrow before fading away. My eyes burn, and the tears that scatter are swept away by the falling wind. That's me and Zayne. That is our past, or perhaps the future. One end of a golden thread is suddenly placed in my hand, as if being held up by a pair of gentle hands. I slowly stop falling. Yeah, I recognize some of it. Excuse me. The Aurora, I think, is main story too. Meanwhile, the golden Anzu that had brought me here spreads its wings and flies towards the depths of pure white. Tightly grasping the golden thread in my hand, a brilliant magic circle slowly materializes in my periphery. He's waiting for me there. If everything I've seen consists of memories of what has happened and what is yet to happen between us, even if every encounter between Zayne and me is destined to be incomplete, I will always go to him. I will always go to Zayne. Ah, see? This room. My gaze, overwhelmed by light, slowly recovers, yet I feel like a suspended wisp in this overly bright white room. Zayne is standing in front of more than 10 tablets made from materials I've never seen before. Images I don't understand flickered from across from them. I see alternate realities. Doctor training. He has access to all this more advanced technology. He's here, but he can't see me.
Angru, perform another calculation.
I have received the command. Conducting calculation attempt number 271,828.
Oof. The images on the tablets change rapidly in silence. Countless calculations flow across them.
Route Z0905 has been successfully calculated.
So it's like a spaceship, too.
Beginning simulation of Route Z0905 solution.
The simulation has failed. Based on historical data and model parameters, no successful pathway exists. The optimal solution is the predetermined plan you have previously inputted. No evacuation of life forms is necessary. The 271,828th calculation has been completed. All pathways converge on the same result. The margin of error is 0.0000.
Okay, I don't want to listen to
Should
that.
I flag the fatal flaws in this pathway?
Yes, it does look exact. It is the same background. That's immediately when I thought of when I saw this, which is very interesting. Have you noticed that Angru, the computer voice, is just Zayne's voice?
That won't be necessary.
He lowers his gaze, his fingers trace those cold images before finally falling to his side in silence. In all the time we've spent together, I've never seen Zayne reveal a complex, indescribable expression. My heart feels as though it's been squeezed by an invisible hand. Zayne. What? You're allowed to hide everything from me, but I'm not allowed to catch you off guard for once. Zayne, you're a... Before I can release the rest of my frustration, I'm pulled into an embrace.
You shouldn't have come here.
Why should I listen to you? I want to counter with the fiercest tone I can muster. The uncontrollable hitch in my voice makes my words sound unconvincing. Stroking his back, I feel Zayne's warmth. It's real and tangible. Time passes. As for the amount, I don't know. Before there's been images vanish. A bell-like sound rings out. We slowly return to our senses and gradually let go of each other as if we woke up from a dream. Neither of us speaks for some time. Then my frustration gets the better of me, and I can't help but give him a good poke. I told you that mouths for explaining. I asked you so many times and gave you so many chances. I didn't give you permission to leave. To leave me.
It was wrong of me to keep secrets from you. However,
A poke.
separation is
Smacked him.
already the best outcome for us.
Okay, but you don't get to decide that on your own, darling. That's not how marriage works. You gotta talk to me. You can't just say, oh yeah, I regret it. That does nothing for me now. That does nothing for me now. This is not a do what you want and ask for forgiveness later type of situation. Says who? I hate separation the most. Nothing about it is good. I grab Zayne's hand tightly to prevent him from trying to abandon me again. Niava is the world I'm meant to protect. No matter what happens, I should be the one standing on the front lines. Even if the only possible ending is destruction, I refuse to let you face it alone. You know, this has a lot of parallels to Caleb's myth, where the world is facing destruction and he tries to go and sacrifice himself on his own before she's like, no, we just gonna sacrifice each other. Together. We're doing it together. This is very, very similar.
All right.
It's even like if the
Then
only
stay here
thing is
with me.
destruction. That's their thing that they say. If the only path is destruction, we'll do it together. They say that in the myth, and when they do battle together, that is what they say. It is very, very similar. Are these the errors you mentioned, the ones that need to be erased?
It's not just these.
Zayne traces a faint pattern in the air. 2 circles, each a different color, yet partially overlapping, immediately appear.
This world exists separately from Niava, but both coexist within the same universe. The fate of destruction has already descended here. It won't be long until it has no connection to Niava.
cuts through the boundary connecting the two circles. The black circle gradually disappears with a trace. Only the golden circle is left behind.
Thus, the last connection between Niava and this world will be severed like that.
If it disappears, then Niava won't be destroyed?
Something to that effect. As for where we are at the moment, you may think of this place as my divine tower.
You're not just a god in Niava, you're also a god here. The ground beneath our feet shakes without warning. Sounds akin to rumbling from underground echo from outside the room.
Be careful.
When Zayne pulls me to his side, the shaking stops. Is your divine tower collapsing?
Yes. This place is already in ruins. It could collapse at any moment from those kinds of tremors.
In the pause between flickering lights, Zayne pulls open an inconspicuous door in the wall and leads me through. We hurry out of that pure white room as the sounds of debris and cracking echo behind us. Before us stretches a long corridor where wind whistles through fissures in the wall. Its mournful reverberation resounds.
We're heading to the top floor. We need to disrupt the magical array there. Only by completing the separation of the two worlds can the Angru Spire reconnect with Niava.
You'll accompany me, yes? He takes my hand and begins walking through the dim corridor. Along both sides of the passageway, there are flickering lights that barely illuminate our surroundings. Everything is dilapidated and decayed, as if it suffered through chaos or an instance of ransacking in the past. I don't know what my foot touched, but the wall in front of me suddenly flashes with scenes I've never seen before.
My lord, why do you no longer show us mercy?
You have already seen us in the ruins. If even you have abandoned us, then is there anything left for us to believe in?
Are we not devout enough? Have you decided to stop answering our prayers?
Save me. My lord, I don't want to die like this.
The sounds from the images on the wall reverberate against my eardrums. Shocked, I grab Zayne and stop in my tracks. And all those angry, desperate, anguished faces turn towards the same person. Zayne,
They once claimed this world as their own.
There are more secrets hidden behind his straightforward words, and the fragmented light casts shadows against Zayne's profile.
Do you want to continue listening to this story?
It might be a tale that will tell me what I've always wanted to know. Everything about him. If it's about you, I want to hear it.
All right.
Each display cycles through different images repeatedly. The nearest one shifts. Countless transparent tubes are arranged in neat rows throughout a massive room. All of them have symbols I don't understand.
In this world, humans had no names, only numbers. Those individuals pursued maximum efficiency and discarded everything they deemed useless or detrimental to their world's progress. They worshipped the principles that would make this place perfect.
Oops, I bumped my mic. Sorry about that. The principles you taught me, are they similar to the water management, land reclamation, calendars, and mathematics you taught me back in Niava?
Those who mastered the most fundamental and profound principles were called gods. In that regard, it's very much like your Niava.
Yeah.
So, the
The
gods
book and the
used their
fractal
principles
library.
to bring their world longer lifespans and endless happiness.
In the next image, healthy children grow up and the gravely injured recover quickly. People took much longer to reach old age and die.
Time passed, and in the eyes of humans, gods were omnipotent beings who granted every request. So eventually, they demanded eternal life.
I remember the day Zayne taught me those medical principles and the small plant that died in his hands. Man, this is taking longer than I thought it would. The gods didn't respond to their request. In other words, what they wanted was something this world couldn't support yet.
Wishes went unfulfilled. Only shattered hopes and disasters arrived. To humanity, the gods became bringers of obliteration.
What?
We can't stay here any longer. We need to go. Now.
He takes my hand again, but he holds it tighter this time. Okay. Okay. Just get through it. I watch as thin tubes in the display disappeared. They're replaced by images of crystal stones, one after another. There, humans who ignore the warnings cheer for those beautiful crystals. The images on the corridor's walls continue to shift. Humans pursue principles that exceeded the world's capacity to sustain it. But it only accelerated their world's race towards irreversible destruction with greater clarity and speed. Yeah. Striving for perfection and use through protocore technology led them towards their end quicker, just like Ever's doing. Natural disasters and human calamities played out in endless succession with nowhere left to turn. People remembered the gods of yore. They gathered to angrily accuse their deities, mournfully prayed to them, and humbly begged for mercy. Day after day, this facility was surrounded by humans desperately hoping for salvation. When the blizzard arrived, they realized they could no longer receive divine protection. They turned and left, their footsteps disappearing into the apocalyptic snow that had never stopped falling since it began. Then my face flashes briefly across the display. Even though I learned about my past fate and Everlost, seeing my face there still leaves me feeling disoriented. I don't stop to ask Zayne about it. My past death must be certainly a memory that Zayne never wants to revisit. Let it be buried in this tomb. Reaching the end of the corridor, it feels as though I've finished reading the entire lifetime of this world. The door leading to the building's top floor is right in front of us. If this place was once the seat of a world's glory, then it's nothing more than a cliff overlooking ruins now. Heavy snowfall and freezing winds bite in my skin, and I finally see the scenery outside. Jagged, damaged black ruins shut out from the ground like desperate, struggling arms. They pierce the frost and snow that blankets the earth. The world is frozen in deathly silence, and the setting sun futilely bathes everything in warm hues. Is this what happens to a world that has strayed from the natural order?
Yes. The scenery here was once beautiful as well.
But it's an inevitable outcome. When people choose to utilize truths that suppress the natural order, the outcome was already predetermined. Regardless of whether it's protection or destruction, setting aside those meanings imposed on oneself. Even gods are doing what should be done within laws and the natural order. The trembling beneath my feet continues, but in the blink of an eye, I seemingly return with Zayne to the Divine Tower. In the place we protected, the waters of 2 rivers nourish Niava's endless vitality. When the enormous sun gently sinks toward the horizon, the dry evening wind carries the sweet fragrance of dates and songs from the city gates.
I calculated every possible outcome, but it has already strayed too far down the path of an erroneous natural order.
His calm voice pulls me back to reality.
I don't have any regrets. However, within this incorrect order exists a single variable.
What is it? Accompanied by violent trembling beneath my feet, a massive magical array unlike anything I've ever seen manifests.
This is the final connection point between Niava and this world.
A massive golden Anzu struggles out from the strained magical array. Black crystals cover its body. It's not a golden Anzu. It's a monster similar to the one from the river source.
Watch out!
A massive longbow materializes in Zayne's hand, and I watch raise my hand to summon my weapon as well. As soon as he draws the bowstring, my black sword transforms into his arrow. Golden light cuts through the air as it rushes right through the
order
mortar.
Doesn't need to be corrected.
Towards the monster.
True redemption lies in utter obliteration.
After the giant bird-like creature falls, black energy fragments drift down, reminiscent of Calamity's ashes, bearing an old world. The tremors and rumbling from the world below grow stronger. They transform into ripples that destroy this facility. Zayne, is it over?
Yes.
The pungent scent of blood fills my nostrils as Zayne's bloodstained figure appears. The anger spire activates in his hands as a familiar golden magic circle projects beneath our feet. Ugh, I'm so worried about my...
Go.
2%!
This is your last chance to leave.
Okay, you know what? Give me 1 second. I know this is right before the thing, but I really don't want my thing to die. Okay, I'm gonna charge it up just a smidge so that this doesn't die in the middle of it. Like, oh my god. I mean, I have been on it since... This is almost 4 hours now. It's done pretty well. My goodness. Yeah. I'm on the edge of my seat, man. Come on, just give me a few more percent. Just a few percent to get through this, man. I should have plugged it in between the time between streams, but I was thinking I wasn't gonna come back. Ugh. Come on, let me finish it. This feels longer than a lot of the other myths I read. Like, Caleb's Exo 2 myth took me about, what, 2.5 hours to get through? This one's over 3 hours? But I am reading it aloud, so it might have been faster if I was doing it just on my own. Okay, just give me another percent. Okay. Maybe if I put it on low battery mode. Oh, that's interesting. Did they calculate that by putting it on auto or something? Okay, 5%. I think that should be enough to get me through. Oh, but you know, a more scientific method way of doing it would be putting both of them on auto and actually seeing if it's longer or not. Okay. You're telling me to go back to Niava alone? You liar. Zayne. You never planned to leave me with me from the start.
You are correct about one thing. I only know how to bring about ruin. So I truly am unskilled at creation.
That really reminds me of Caleb Smith. Oh boy, I need to get through this.
The severance is complete. This world will no longer corrupt Niava, and it won't drag it down into the abyss. After this, your Niava can peacefully wait in the universe. It shall wait for when it's ready to break through the soil and flourish.
In this moment, I think I finally understand. Zayne, I'm the variable you mentioned, yes?
To be more precise, it is my selfish desire.
If gods have selfish desires, then he must want his beloved to live. What? Huh? No, Zayne. Heal.
My power has been nearly depleted.
Embracing. Oh.
Fortunately, yes, we still have time to watch this sunset.
Oh. So that's how this world's final sunset looks.
It's very beautiful.
And you're not looking at it, you're looking at me, you sly dog.
I should send you away from here now.
Oh, he's barefoot.
Give me your hand.
What happens if you don't take it? Even if it costs me everything, I shall be the one to protect you this time.
You actually gave all your power to me.
You've already given me so much more. That's so sad. Ah! Our destinies will intertwine countless times more. I wish our next encounter will find its perfect fulfillment. Will it ever come true, Zayne?
Your wish will come true.
No! Oh, that is just cruel. Right in the middle of that, and now, good grief. And it's gonna take me time to get through that too. No. Oh my god. Why? Good lord. Crash the game. Yep, it just took me out of it. It's like, nope, this is for your own good. For your own good. You don't need to be looking at this sad stuff. Good grief. Why? That was just terrible, man. Now this crying is very apt. Okay. Come on. Let me open it up just a little more. I've already got a few percent back. I can get back to where we were, man. Good grief. That is just the worst luck. That is the worst luck, man. And now it's verifying resource. Because I crashed? Is that why? I ran out of battery, but the game crashed too. Because when I open it back up, it's not where it was, you know. I have to actually go through the whole thing of setting it up again. But yeah, if it had just been the game crashing, it would have just gone to the home screen. Oh, it has completely died and the game crashed. 40. Come on. Get through all this nonsense. Come on. I'm gonna have to speed through this. For goodness sake. Get through all this. This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. Trying to get through all this. Oh my goodness. This is gonna suck. I just want to get back to it. Come on. 2 times speed for the win. You know, I really wish they had like a fast forward button that wasn't just 2 times speed. Or 5 times speed. Come on. The Vice just had to crap out on me, didn't it? I was almost done. I know, I'd love to rewind because I know we can go back through the chat logs and look at it, but I can't see the actual action of the 3D model. That's the worst. And you know what? I bet there was only like a minute left of that, you know? It just had to do that for me and add more time. Come on. Good grief. And I'm almost. You think it's almost over, but then because I'm reading it and I was stopping myself from making all these comments, it's because I just chatter on too long and I come up with all these theories and then my device dies because I'm talking about Osiris and being chopped up into little pieces and then stupid brain. Am I? I'm at the tower. How do you enjoy it? I'm glad, but it gets me in trouble. I chat too much, then my device dies because I'm taking too long. More. I already feel like I'm doing too much. But thank you. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Come on. Just gotta get through the kindled part of it. Okay. I'm at the kindled part. Just gotta get through the rest of this. And I'm at 8%, so I won't die during the last minute. Come on, dude, just let me fall down the tower. Almost there. Come on. Why do you do this to me? Why? Ah. I'm so glad that I am recording this separately so that when I do upload it as its own video, I can cut all this stuff out. Play the Kindle. Okay, well, I'm gonna be playing some of it at least. This one's a sad one. Are you sure you want to see this kindled again? Our destinies won't count, intertwine countless more times. Will it ever come true, Zayne? Sweet pain.
Your wish.
The masochism coming from
Wish
you.
will come true.
This is where it cut out.
Don't leave me.
Cut out right before that. Oh, he's crying. It cut out right before this. How did it know it was perfect timing? Like, you don't want to see Zayne cry. Oh, baby. This heartbreaking little cries. Oh.
Before the snow stops, I'll wait for our reunion.
Oh. What the heck, man? You gotta rip my heart out like that. As the last ray of sunlight passes over the frozen two winters, no one witnesses the peeling of dark blue gaze in time's winds, or the crumbling of clay tablets that recorded a glorious past. No longer do devout worshippers chant the goddess's mighty name and glory, nor does anyone listen to the loving words the deity whispered into the hidden corners of the universe. Pure white swirls down from above to blanket every sound and breath of life into the world. What was once the goddess has fallen into silence more enduring than death itself. With the cold and quiet, she awaits for the next reunion with her beloved. At the end of the long tower's staircase, the angry spire erupts with brilliant radiance, and that light instantly devours the goddess's dwelling. The divine tower collapses and shall become one of the countless golden threads within the angry spire. The lonely deity will also step into eternity and become a silent watcher once more. Before the blinding white light fits Hills' gaze, he turns and glances upon this world. The golden Anzu spreads its wings, its brilliant golden feathers transforming in the wind and snow. They become as translucent as ice. And there's the library. It's an ordinary morning. Groggy, the administrator yawns, rubs his eyes, and pulls open the library's weathered doors from inside. Cold wind seeps through the gap. Caught off guard, he shivers.
It's cold.
Fixing his collar, the administrator quickly flips the Kolu sign over.
Why is this here?
He picks up the old book that somehow fell to the ground, dusts off the cover, and places it back on the shelf. The sound of footsteps fades away and silence returns to the library. Faint morning light shines along the window frame and touches the organized bookshelves. On a book's spine, a snowflake silently melts.
Ugh. Man. The pain. Good grief.
Pass by in countless worlds to reunite in this small realm. Oh, that's the realm that we had together. Man, that was just pain. Good grief. But, you know, I was gonna say that it reminded me of how Isis, Osiris' wife, gave up her magical power to bring him back from the dead, to become the king of the underworld, the judge, the person who represents resurrection and new life and the cycle of rebirth and death, and just it's very reminiscent of Caleb Smith, man, where he's destruction and she has the Creatio core, and they both represent two sides of the same coin, just like Caleb and her did. Yeah, Isis did that. She used, I mean, that's where the practice of mummification becomes, is she mummified him, and he comes back
I think we can wrap
slightly
up this
different.
impromptu silent game now.
I'm not being silent, Caleb. Hey. Shh. Shh. And yeah, she used her magical power to bring him back, and he's altered. Yeah, they're very, very interesting. Yeah, she was Destructio, and he was the Creatio Core in Exo 2, but he exchanged their powers because he knew that the Destructio Core would eventually destroy her in the end. So he sacrificed himself and took it on himself to do it. But, of course, she didn't let him do it on his own, which is kind of similar to what happened here, where he was destruction and she was creation, but she says, "You're not doing this without me." And she ended up sacrificing herself for him, giving him all her power. Man, that was quite a ride. I'm glad I did it, but boy, that was just heartbreaking. The heck, man?
From now on,
Just... wow. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, it was a really good story, but it was so depressing. Oh, I'm glad you learned a lot. I wasn't trying to turn it into something like that, but it was really fun, and it was cool that there was so many parallels between everything. So, thank you for being here, and the few people that hopped in and out. That was really fun. I am going to take my recordings of this and turn it into, love and depression. Turn it into an actual video and cut out all the parts where I'm just sitting in silence waiting for my iPad to charge. But hopefully you guys had fun, and thank you guys for being here. And I will see you all next time, because next time I am finally going to finish Caleb's myth, his standard myth, and then keep going on with his storyline. I'm excited for that. Anyways, bye. Thank you guys. I'll see you later.